Everybody, does your avocado tree look like this? Look, small leaves, yellowing leaves, burnt brown tips at the end. This tree doesn't look so happy, and I think it's because it's time to go into a new pot. Right now this tree, the roots are like an elephant in a phone booth. It's like the Hulk. It's trying to rip out of its clothes, but it can't because the clothes are too tough. The roots right now of this tree want to rip out of here because they've overgrown the pot. And when the roots aren't happy, the tree is not happy. And I could tell this tree is not happy just because of the way the leaves look. All right. And I can also tell, look, check this out. Here are the holes at the bottom of the tree, at the bottom of the pot. And I could see these tough, big roots waiting to just burst out of this container. So it's high time to move this tree into a new home. And I planted this in May 2020, and avocado trees grow fast. This is less than a year and it's already ready for a new pot. So this is a 1 gallon container, and I'll put it today into a 5 gallon container. And with avocados, it's always a little tricky moving their root zone. They're really sensitive to having their roots touched and moved around. So I'll show you a certain way we're gonna do this. All right, so let's get started. Here we go. I'm gonna push this tree out of its container, and I do that by putting pressure in the bottom of the pot. Put a lot of pressure, and then I'm gonna turn it upside down and hold my hand there. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at that. Look at all the roots that have accumulated down here at the bottom. And look at wow, it was like double the length of the container. Look at that huge root. This poor thing was trying to burst out of the pot, and that's why the tree was struggling. And we're gonna give this a haircut right now. All right, I'll be right back. So it's really important to maintain this root ball, this root mass. You don't want to get all this fall off and expose the roots. Avocado roots are so sensitive. They want those little feeder roots that grow all along the sides here to be intact. But down here is fine. We're gonna give this a nice haircut. I'm gonna basically just cut that all off. And what that does is it's gonna stimulate new roots to grow out from this area. There's gonna be new, more complex root development growing out from the place where I just cut. And I see there's a worm. No, there's a worm right here. Worm in there growing. This is mostly peat moss and sand, and I'm gonna move this to a container full of only decomposed granite. All right, so that's the next step. Now it's ready to go. Now this beast is ready to go into his new home. I'm gonna put him down. Here's our soil. This is 100% decomposed granite, and that's it. No amendment, no fertilizer, no compost, nothing fancy, nothing extra. Avocado wants to be in 100% mineral soil. Avocados have been growing in mineral soil for millions of years, and only humans recently came around, and we thought we're smarter than nature, and we decided to plant trees and have trees roots grow in compost and bat guano and all that fancy stuff. But avocado likes that, but it likes it on top of the soil, away from the roots, and that's an important distinction. And I have a video about that coming soon. But for now, here we're gonna put a bunch of decomposed granite, which is 100% mineral, into this pot. And the advantage and benefits of doing that is you don't have to worry about overwatering your trees. You can water your avocado tree a lot and not worry about it, because there's nothing in decomposed granite that's gonna rot at all. All right, so here we go. So I filled my new 5 gallon container with some decomposed granite, and I'm gonna put the whole root ball. I'm gonna set it down right here, and I want to leave space. I want to leave about 1 inch, 2 inch between the top of the avocado's root area and the top of the container, because this, from the distance between here and the top of the container, is where all the water will stay every time I water the tree. So you want to leave a little bit of space up here at the top area. You don't want the tree to be like right here, because then it'll be tough to water it. You'll have a hard time watering it. If it's a little bit lower than the top of the container, it's a lot easier to water your tree. All right, now this is perfect. I'm gonna add a bunch of soil all around it. We're gonna water it in, and we'll basically be done. we are. I don't need so much soil. Move it around. Pack it down lightly. Now we're gonna water it. Check it out. My rain jug collects 55 gallons of water. Look at that. Rainwater. Plants love it. So every time it rains, falls from up there on the roof. We catch it all here. Alright guys, there's our water. Now I'm gonna water just to the top. I'm gonna give it enough water. I know I've watered it enough. Once water starts to flow out from the bottom of the pot, because there's holes at the bottom of the pot, and I know the soil's been saturated enough. Once water flows throughout the bottom, that's how we know we've watered. So this decomposed granite is very easy to find. Every big box store sells it. Every building supply store sells it. You could find this decomposed granite in the outdoor section of those big box stores. Just walk past all the potting soil, because in my opinion those potting soils are no good. Walk past them, go to the rock section, pick up a few bags of decomposed granite. It's a lot cheaper and you get a lot more. I believe a 45-pound bag of decomposed granite costs less than $5. That's how much it cost last time I bought it a month ago. So it's a good value as well. Alright guys, check this out. This is 3 hours later, and look, there's still water in the pot. It hasn't completely drained through. Wow, this is interesting. But the tree looks fine. Doesn't show any signs of damage. Usually I would guess the avocado would be really struggling in standing water like this, but this is really starting to make me think, because we've all grown avocados, the avocado seeds in the cups of water, completely submerged in water for months, weeks and months on end. And now in this case, in this decomposed granite, it's still in the standing water. It's about 3 hours later and it's still looking good. I think we're onto something here. Alright guys, here we are. It's the next day. This is what the tree looks like. Next day, I would be worried if the leaves got droopy like this and went down. If the leaves were down like this, I would get really worried. But the leaves are upright and fine. The tree's doing fine. Even if it's completely wet down here, which supports my belief that as long as the avocado is in the right soil and you don't disturb the root zone so much, they're a lot tougher than we think. So this tree's ready. It's in its new pot. It's in its new home. I'm gonna do one more thing. We're gonna mimic the rainforest where avocados are native to, and I'm gonna do that by adding a bunch of leaves in there. So alright guys, last step, a bunch of dead leaves that fell from that tree right there. I'm gonna take it and I'm just gonna put it on top. Avocados love a nice layer of dead leaves. Even in a pot, they love it. Avocados are native to rainforest areas, and in those rainforests there's a heavy layer of dead leaf matter right under the trees, and that's what avocados are used to, and that's what they like even in a pot. Oh, and the last thing I'll do, I'll move this to the shade for about 24 hours, you know, just to help the tree get acclimated before it goes out and plays in the sun. So we'll keep it in the shade 24 hours, and that's it, people. The tree's gonna do fine. And as always, if you guys like this kind of content, like, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know how your avocado trees and pots are doing. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye.